Now, there's this new trend blowing up on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram that features anthropomorphic objects, basically everyday things turned into characters that talk with dialogue. And the numbers they are pulling are some of the craziest I've ever seen. For example, there's a brand new TikTok page that started not too long ago, and it's already gained 1 million followers in just the last month. And the views they're getting are honestly insane. I mean, they've got videos hitting 20 million views, 11 million, 10 million, and even more. And the wild part is that it's all made using completely AI-generated content. Now, even if they earn just 15 cents for every 1,000 views, that one video alone, the one that hit 20 million views, has already brought in around $3,000. And even though that's not a lot, it is pretty solid. So I went on YouTube to see if anyone had made a detailed tutorial that explains how to create these kinds of videos from scratch. But all I found were half-baked tutorials that don't really explain the full process. So in this course, I'm going to walk you step by step through how to create these videos completely from scratch. And as a bonus, I'll be using only 100% free AI tools throughout the entire tutorial. Now, the very first step in this process is finding a chatbot. For me, I'm going to use ChatGPT, but you're free to use DeepSeek, Claude, or whatever software you're comfortable with. Once you've got your chatbot, you need access to my website that has all of the prompts. You should find this in the description or the pinned comment. What you've got to do is simply copy the whole of the prime prompt on the website, every single thing. It's a bit lengthy, so make sure you copy everything. Then paste it straight into your chatbot. Now, once you send this prompt, you've basically turned your chatbot into a prompting machine. All you've got to do is just type start. When you type start, your chatbot will come up with a bunch of different places you can choose from to build the foundation of your video around. Now, whichever place you choose, your chatbot will give you items from that specific location. For me, I'm going to choose the bathroom, which is number 3. Now, when you do this, your chatbot will then run a series of very complex pipeline tasks by giving you every single prompt you need to generate multiple items for that specific location. So, it's going to give me a prompt to generate 10 different items from a bathroom that have this anthropomorphic look. And then it will also give me the exact prompts I'm going to use to animate those objects so they can speak in dialogue. Now, once it has given you all the prompts, the very next step in this process is generating your images. For that, you're going to need an image generator. Since we're working with free tools, the tool we're going to use today is called Whisk AI. So just head over to your browser, sign up for Whisk AI, and you should land on an interface that looks like this. Simply paste the first image prompt you got from your chatbot, then click on Generate. In a couple of seconds, it should give you an image that looks like this. And as you can see, it follows the exact style of the content we're trying to replicate. All you need to do now is download it. Now, if you want to make this in short form, all you really have to do is switch your aspect ratio from the 16:9 landscape to a portrait aspect ratio, which is 9:6. Once you've gotten your first image, go back to your chatbot and copy the next item, which is image 2. For me, the next item is a sync, so I'm just going to copy the image 2 prompt, paste it into Whisk AI, and generate the image. Then download it and repeat this exact same process, copying the 3rd, 4th, 5th prompts until you've completed every single image in your prompt list. Now, once you've generated every single image, which should ideally be about 10 images, the next step is to animate them. And for this, we're going to use Google Flow. Head over to your browser, search for Google Flow, and sign up using your Google account. Once you're in, you should land on an interface that looks like this. The very first thing you want to do here is switch from the text to video model to the frame to video model. Now, we're doing this so we can animate images. Once you've switched the model, all you need to do is upload one image you created with ImageFX. Just upload a single image into the interface and make sure it's the very first image you generated. So that's the image I'm going to upload. After that, head back to your chatbot and look for the V03 video generation prompt. This is important because the exact order you generate your images is the exact same order you're going to animate them. So just copy the V03 prompt and paste it directly into Google Flow. Now, the last sentence in the prompt is the dialogue track. Even though the AI has already automatically suggested something for you, you can change it if you want to.
I am NRT, your emergency backup, you last-minute animal. Aim better.
Once that's done, copy the next prompt from your chatbot. I'll upload the sync image into the Flow workflow, paste it in, and click Generate to get my video.
You splash everything and somehow blame ME for it.
This output looks much better, so I'm just going to download it and repeat the entire process. I'll upload the next image I generated, copy the next prompt from my chatbot for V03, animate it, and keep going like this until every single image I generated has been turned into a complete video.
Stop blaming ME for your KOD decisions. Turn the knob.
Now, once you've finished generating all your footage, the last thing you need is background music. Inside the website, there's a prompt called Music Generation Prompt. I personally like to generate my own music completely from scratch using AI, because that way I get a perfect match for the video and I don't have to worry about copyright issues or monetization problems. Now, Suno AI is simply a music generation platform that gives you daily credits to create a certain number of songs, and it's pretty cool to work with. Once you sign up on Suno AI, all you need to do is click on the Create tab and paste in the exact prompt you copied from the website. I like to turn on the instrumental toggles so it generates only a background track and not a song with lyrics, since that's what we want for this project. Now, once you have all the assets you need, the next thing you need to do is pick an editing software. For this tutorial, I'm going to use CapCut because it's very beginner-friendly and easy to work with. I like to keep all my assets inside one folder and then import that entire folder into CapCut. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Once the folder is inside CapCut, the first thing I like to do is drag my background track onto the timeline. After that, I reduce the volume of the background track so it's not too loud. When that's done, the next step is to start dragging in my clips, which is the footage we just generated, and placing them on top of the background track. You can drag them in any order, since there's no specific order required. Now, one cool thing you can add here is transitions. Just click on the Transitions option inside CapCut, and you'll see a bunch of pre-made templates. All you need to do is drag one transition onto your timeline in between two clips. After that, you can click on Apply to All and adjust the duration so that same transition is added to every single clip on your timeline. This is useful if you don't want to go through each clip one by one and change the transition manually. Then, before exporting, there's one more thing I want to add, which is captions. I'll click on the text option inside CapCut, scroll down to the Auto Caption feature, and click Generate. In a few seconds, captions should appear on the timeline. One cool thing you can do here is apply a caption template to change how the captions look. Templates adjust the font and the color. So I'll pick a template, test a few fonts, and make sure everything looks clean and that the size feels just right.
Your emergency backup, you last-minute animal. Aim better. You splash everything and somehow blame ME for it. Stop blaming ME for your KOD decisions. Turn the knob.